they're giving him.
That's a very good point, Jessie. Yes, very good point indeed.
Like the bits that like it's very typical Stephen King. You know, there's.
I mean, he brings up some very valid points there. I mean, was this even filmed in Maine? Because that's definitely a trope of Stephen King.
No, it wasn't. It was somewhere.
That's the jacket.
And it's that dead generation as well, where.
Mummy, look. You like Mummy?
Oh dear.
I didn't like the blonde hair at first.
My favourite bit about the film is it just what shows that like horror films.
Son, there's a bone. Well, Jess, you're gonna bang your head there. You're gonna bang your head.
What's the matter?
Oh, he wants a cuddle. He wants a. He's sleepy. We've got it's.
But it highlights. You just see how much special effects in there aren't scary at all. Whereas the original, it's like really scary. Yeah, because if you can you remember like
the longest dad in the world.
On the when he does the face, that really got me. It's like that shock factor. It's like, oh my god, yeah, that's because they died.
Yeah.
And
well, it shows that they are actually undead. They're not houseborn demons. So welcome to Friday. I'm Dean. This is Heather. This is little Jessie.
So it's Friday.
Friday. I'm Dean, Heather, Jessie, and we are going to review Some Things Can Come Back. Is that? What is it?
Sometimes they come back.
Sometimes they come back.
Get the title right. Dean.
Sometimes they come back. Stephen King film on Netflix. We're going to spoil the territory, break it all down, and we'll do it more structure based. So we'll probably do introduction, characters, plot, climax. Done. Sound good?
Probably what was good and bad, or like
Yeah.
in each of those.
In each of those, yes. So good, bad, what's in of those. Okay, so.
And just everything will be on Netflix, like for the foreseeable future, because that's just where we get our films.
It's where we get our films, yeah. Usually whatever we're going to review, you will find it on Netflix.
But mainly we're going to wing it.
But mainly we're going to wing it because I don't have a black book of my notes in.
And I can't speak English.
And she can't speak English. This is going to be a very successful video. I can already smell the lights. So there's a teacher called Mr. Norman. Mr. Norman is moving to a new town where he used to live, where his brother died.
Because he needs a new job.
Because he needs a new job because apparently something happened in his last job.
Which means he needs a new job, and this school in the town where he used to live is giving him a chance, and this is where he's revisited by demons from the past, and
quite literal demons as well.
He's also suffering with grief for the loss of his brother. So quite early on in the film, isn't it, we see sort of like flashbacks of what happened on the night his brother was killed. His brother was murdered by bullies in school, and these bullies, and he said schoolies, these bullies come back into this teacher's life as students, but as you learn a lot later in the film, are actually supernatural beings from
undead demons.
Yeah, they're like real people. But the first instance you get of that is the car chase, like where you didn't click on, but I did. No, because you were like, oh, why don't they just? It's like. No, you said, why did he get arrested or something when there was another car? And I was like, because they didn't see the other car. Because that's like the first scene where you get an idea of, oh, hang on, is this all in his head?
Oh,
like,
it's
is it all in his head, or are they actually there? But like the car isn't real.
The car is awesome.
Yeah.
I love the fire that comes out. It gives it a real like demon.
It's like the
hellish
Scorpions car from Greece. It's like the exact same car, and they're very typical Stephen King bad guys. Because I don't know, I always like the bad guys in the Stephen King films, because they're always like really cool. He's usually really good at. Because I mean, I like the clown in it.
Oh, it is brilliant.
And I like Randall Flagg.
Randall Flagg, what a great name.
I love Randall Flagg. It's confirmed later on that they are in his they are like real because they do things to people in like the present tense, where they are now. So there's an aspect of like parallel universes and sort of time travel.
They can be visible to some and not visible to others.
Yeah.
Yeah. My one of my issues was the ending. I wasn't a big fan of the climax. I mean, it was cool to see the whole thing reenacted again. Like the big brother coming back and him being thrown about the place, threatened by knife point again, and it seems too forced into a repeat. If you know what I mean, it seems too forced to make it.
They have to reenact it. Yeah, I didn't get that bit. Why it had to be reenacted.
What I would have preferred is that maybe the light from the train was the brother coming to like smash into them. You know what I mean? I think that would have been a better way of doing it. Maybe like
I don't know. That scene was cool though, where the train was coming.
Oh, because train was all red and glowing, wasn't it?
Because that train was supposed to be no longer running. So obviously, like the train is symbolic, and it was such a really cool shot because it was like the night train to hell sort of thing.
Night train to hell. That's a film in itself, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get onto Netflix. But yeah, there was it was just kind of like, what was it, Maximum Overdrive, how they're able to make a vehicle look really menacing and demonic, and it really shows in this film as well. My favourite thing about the film had to be the 3 bullies. Well, there's 4 bullies, but one of them escapes.
Oh yeah, we forgot to mention here.
Yeah.
Like he's like
a redeeming character, isn't he?
He's said to be like the coward. He just runs away.
He ran away
at the scene, but he actually helps the teacher, doesn't he?
Yeah, he helps
Mr. Norman.
Mr. Norman out.
He walked in when he found the key, because there's this whole big thing with the key, because the reason the bullies died is because they couldn't find a key to ignite the car
to get out of there,
to get out of the tunnel in time. So
which is one thing I'm going to be bringing up as well, the fact that they drove into the tunnel knowing fine well that a train could come at any point in time. But yeah, I didn't get. I don't know why. I just think I would have spoke up and be like, guys, do you really think we should park our car on a railway in a tunnel that we might not be able to get out of? Maybe park it outside the tunnel? I don't know. But
I just think it was meant to suggest that all they had on their mind
was
just like, there was no common sense. It was just like, we've got to get these kids and we've got to show these kids who's boss.
That's probably it, yeah.
That's just all it was.
They deserved it.
I mean, obviously, I think they were shocked to see a train because there's a train. I think they were just like, oh no, this train's gonna hit me. Yeah,
exactly. But I want to talk about the 3 bullies for a second. It's Norman, Vinny, and Lawson. No, that's Mr. Norman. North, Vinny, and Lawson. Yeah, I thought they were played really well. Really great actors. They really did remind me of the 3 hyenas on Lion King. Shenzi.
It's a bit darker.
Yeah, Shenzi, Banzai, and Ed. Lawson looks a lot like the villain on Lazy Town. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
I showed you the picture, you burst out laughing.
Funnily enough, he doesn't look as creepy as the guy on Lazy Town. There's that jock, isn't there, who...
Chip.
Yeah, Chip, who joins in with...
Chip's a good character. I quite enjoyed him. He's like this tough man sort of thing, and then he realises
just a typical jock, really.
Yeah, and realises the demons are actually a bit more menacing than they seemed, and he cowards and goes to tell Mr. Norman who he's been.
I think that was pretty brave of him, really, considering he knew. Like he sort of gave Mr. Norman a heads up.
I found it funny, the police investigation as well, how he was like a suspect, because it makes sense for him to be a suspect, doesn't it?
Mr. Norman. Yeah, Mr. Norman, because I was just like, why would he, like, because he did look genuinely concerned about all of the kids in his class, because that that girl Katie got killed as well, didn't
She did.
Anyone who basically showed concern for Mr. Norman or helped Mr. Norman were basically
Killed.
yeah. Mr. Norman clicked onto this, and so he was like really helping the police, but he comes across, again because it's Stephen King, psychic.
Yeah, he comes across psychic.
Seems to have this psychic ability to foresee where things are going to happen.
But that's the thing. The only trope on Mr. Stephen King, and Mr. Stephen King is the only trope that's not there is it's not in Maine as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure if it is or not, but it wasn't specific.
It doesn't look like me either.
Yeah. So I don't think that was in Maine, which is the biggest twist of the whole film, if I'm honest. You brought up a good point on take one about CGI. Would you like to revisit that?
I think like it made it scarier was after the guy said, one of the bullies said to the other one, "Oh, do the face," because they were. When I think that was when they had Chip in the car, and that's when you really see that they are sort of undead entities that are able to shapeshift and reveal what they would have looked like after the accident, and that was quite traumatising, wasn't it? And it wasn't CGI either, it was the good old fashioned, moulding models and
masks and makeup and such.
Yeah.
The best way to do it, not CGI.
you can actually see like an object and you know it's there and what's real, and it just makes it more real when something looks more real. It gives you the more fear factor, I think, which is why I prefer horror films from this genre. Yeah,
it's a forgotten art. It really is, the whole making props and makeups and masks and it's replaced with CGI. I prefer the masks.
We didn't talk about his son.
Oh yeah.
He's got a child and a wife.
He's got a child and a wife, and to be honest, I didn't get anything from them.
They usually. Well, apart from the fact that they're used as sort of a way to...
Get at Mr. Norman.
Yeah, scare Mr. Norman and think, oh yeah,
my God.
We're gonna harm.
There's that one bit where they're at the church and...
They always go to the church.
Yeah. They go to the church and the demons can't go in the church because it sets them on fire. Obviously. But like... There's a bit where they've got the kid outside the church and they get the woman out because they got the kid, and all it takes is a simple, and then
they're like literally on the doorstep.
Literally on the doorstep of the church. All it takes is a simple knock, and they would be flying.
I don't think it would have been simple because she was being held by two like fully grown men.
I'm sorry, but even so, you'd struggle. You'd try at least. And there was no try. I'm sorry, but if I was in her shoes, I would have rugby tackled them. I would have read, I've just seen you set fire trying to step in this church. I'm going to try to get you in the church.
Do you see what they can do?
And I would have slapped my son for running out of the church thinking that his dad's outside. Idiots.
Yeah, the kid was stupid to run outside. Maybe they've got super strength because they're like...
But where is that shown in the film? I'm sorry, I really...
I don't know, they can transform their faces, they can shift and they can...
Most films, like, these days, or even just in most films, there are parts where you're just shouting at the TV, just like, don't go in there, evidently you're going to die. Don't do that. Why are you standing there? Why are you going towards the light? Why are you going into the dark cellar? It's just all these, like, you wouldn't do this because it's common sense.
Yeah, but if people... didn't do scary things, then there wouldn't be a horror film.
I'll tell you what the biggest scary film we've been making is a film called Common Sense, and it is literally just a whole sequence of a person doing the right things all the time.
And it wouldn't be scary.
like a mass killer comes in and they manage to knock the killer down. Instead of trying to run to the next door whilst the killers get back up, you'd finish the job. You'd tackle them again, knock them out, tie them up, phone the police. You wouldn't hide in the cupboard and go... Don't find me, and then it's like a big jump scare of the killer finding them again, and then it's
like in the others when the kids are
in many films. Many films do that, and it just
but you don't know what you would do in that situation.
I totally would.
It's like fight, flight, or freeze.
Yeah, but
A lot of people go into freeze.
I know, but I mean, like, you'd hit if you manage to get the kill on the ground, you know that killer is human. It's mortal. It's someone like you. If they can be knocked down, they could be
people
knocked
that died
further.
20 years ago aren't human.
I know. Well, I'm just meaning like.
The church spit him out.
Maybe, but there was no effort on the wife's part, and that I could not forgive. And that son definitely can't forgive. He should be dying just the amount of sugar he was putting in his cereals. Anyways, how would you rate it on a scale from 1 to 10? On a Frightday rating.
It's quite good, but it wasn't one of the best. So I'll probably say 7.5.
6.5. Oh, yeah, 7.5. I would probably say 6.
I'm quite generous though. I'd say 7 because it was quite good. It had a good story.
Well, me at 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite good. It had a good story. It wasn't terrible. It was a decent length. It didn't feel like it was going on forever.
It didn't drag, and we were watching the whole thing like we were engrossed. We enjoyed it.
The acting was good.
Acting was good.
The
character's brilliant. Apart from the wife and the kid who I just wanted to slap.
The ending was, I think that's what brings it down for me.
The ending was a cliche.
Stephen King's never the best with endings.
Cliche, cheesy ending. That's what it was. It could have done with being a bit more solid. We shall see you later, guys. Yeah, see you next week. Bye.